Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to 7th Street.
Why, I compounded this myself.
So, I have a lot of actors that I really admire, way more than I could ever mention in just one video, but one that stands out among the crowd is none other than the Hungarian hunk, Bela Lugosi.
Will only last one more minute and we shall see. We shall know if you are to be the pride of science.
Bela Lugosi was born Bela Blasco on October 20th, 1882 in Lugos, Hungary. Once a distinguished stage actor in his native country, Lugosi ended up a drug-addicted horror icon living in Hollywood, thanks largely to his most famous role, Dracula. The thing that I admire most about Bela Lugosi is the fact that he only learned the English language for his roles on the stage and on film. That's amazing! I can't imagine going to another country where I didn't speak the language and saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out for some auditions. Now, before I start this top 5 countdown, I feel as though that I should point out I'm gonna leave Dracula off this list. Why? Because it's predictable. And I hate being predictable.
Heresy!
Heresy? Heresy? Do they still burn men for heresy? Then burn me, monsieur. Light the fire.
Number 5, Bride of the Monster.
You will be soon as big as a giant. The strength of 20 men. Or, like all the others, dead.
Reporter Janet Lawton investigates the strange goings-on at an old creepy mansion just outside of town. Of course, the house is now owned by the mad scientist Dr. Voronov, played by Bela Lugosi. Lugosi's character is pretty much just a caricature of the mad scientist genre. It's pretty vague as to what he's trying to do, or why he's trying to do it. The only exposition that we get is a brief monologue from Dr. Voronov, which just happens to be the best part of this movie. Well, that and the octopus monster.
It is strange, Lobo. Our friend always returns home after his long, tiresome swim.
Lugosi keeps an octopus monster in a tank, which he uses to kill locals that are dumb enough to stumble upon his property. The underwater shots are just stock footage of an ordinary octopus, and when it's attacking people, it's a rubbery hunk of ridiculousness. How did they ever think this was going to cut together? In many ways, I consider this to be the last great Lugosi film, which is odd because it is, as I'm sure you know, an Ed Wood film.
One is always considered mad. You want to discover something that others cannot grasp.
Number 4, The Devil Bat. For a long time, this was my favorite Lugosi film. I know it's stupid now, but when I was 12, I thought that this was such a cool concept. A mad scientist slash perfume maker making an army of giant bat monsters to take revenge on those who have wronged him. Oh man, when I was a kid, this one got my imagination pumping. In my opinion, Lugosi is at his best when he's playing a mad scientist. His Hungarian accent and eccentric acting style really makes the character larger than life.
I'm enraged also. Tonight I shall call on Henry Morton, and you shall strike him down.
There's not much else to say about the Devil Bat. It's got a big furry bat toy hanging from a string, hunting down unsuspecting victims wearing a deadly perfume. Number 3, Return of the Vampire. This sure is an interesting one. Return of the Vampire is easily one of my favorite horror movies from the Silver Age, but it's not Universal. Yeah, That's right. Although the vampire isn't called Dracula in this film, it almost works as a sequel.
You will be destroyed.
The film opens with some Nazis dropping bombs on London during World War II. A bomb hits the vampire's tomb, exposing the stake in his heart and ultimately returning him to life. Damn, London sure was a dangerous place. Nazis, vampires, werewolves.
And you will never find where her body rests. And then, in another form, she will come back for John.
This one makes the list simply for the fact that Lugosi is playing Dracula again. Well, sort of.
I have waited for this moment for a long time. Tonight, I will take Nikki away.
Number 2, White Zombie. Yet another one from the Silver Age that's surprisingly not universal.
For you, my friend, they are the angels of death.
White Zombie belongs so far up this list for the simple fact that it establishes a lot of Bela's tropes that we associate him with today. Those looming hypnotic eyes, whatever the fuck this is that he's doing with his hands, these became so popular that directors such as Ed Wood had Bela incorporate them into his films, like Bride of the Monster. Dracula is definitely Bela Lugosi's most popular film, but White Zombie just may be his most influential.
Bela Dracula Lugosi as the master of the White Zombie.
Number 1, Murders in the Rue Morgue.
You have made a conquest, mademoiselle.
Yes, Murders in the Rue Morgue is my favorite Bela Lugosi film. Well, that and Dracula, but like I said, I didn't want to be predictable. I fucking hate being predictable. Lugosi is really on point in this one, turning out one of his best performances. Lugosi plays an evil scientist that's trying to mix the blood of his pet gorilla with beautiful young women that he captures. Why is he doing this? Well, you know, science.
Stubborn! Hush!
But the reason I like it so much is for all the callbacks to German Expressionism. The film feels like an updated take on the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. The visuals are really quite striking in this one. Well, there you have it, guys, my top 5 favorite Bela Lugosi films. Make sure that you leave a comment below telling us what your favorite Bela Lugosi films are. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have some new videos coming out all the time, including a new series where Natalie Lucia and I review new movies straight from the theater right after seeing them in our car. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram. Until next time, guys.
Imbecile, bombastic ignoramus.